Oh my God. Thank you so much for the applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, welcome to Awaken to the Brand New You. This is the show where you get to wake up and experience what it means to live from the authentic self. This is episode number 2, and today we're going to be talking about what's getting in the way of you really taking action and taking control of your life. So let's get started, my friends. Think about it. What is it that gets in the way of you taking action and moving forward to accomplishing your goals? Is it lack of experience, knowledge? Are you afraid of taking a risk and looking stupid in front of people? Because I think that the biggest fear that we all experience, and I'm including myself, is looking good in front of people. So let's think about that. That means that we rather put our dreams on hold because we don't want to look foolish around our friends, our family, our peers, our colleagues. If you really stop and analyze it, does it really make sense? No, it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, what really matters is what you have contribute to the world. Have you truly started to unleash the potential that exists inside of you? Really share your gifts and your talents, and then honoring the inspiration, okay? Because I told you in the first episode, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Therefore, if you truly believe that, and I believe that to be a fact, I believe that to be true, then God, the creator, the universe, the divine, whatever name you want to call it, has instilled a desire in your heart, and you get a vision on how to manifest that in the world. So if you have been holding back because of the fear of looking good, one, you're not honoring your true divine inheritance that was given to you when you were created. And then number 2, you're also being selfish because what you have to offer matters. And what you have to offer is unique and different than anyone else. You know, I thought about starting a podcast. It has been like maybe a couple of years ago. And I always thought about it, and I thought about it. And of course, I'm sharing this from experience. Looking good. How do I start? You know, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. 2018, my friends, we're going to put all that BS aside, and we're going to honor what was given to us. That is the difference. Honoring what has been given to you from your divine inheritance. So, being a spiritual being, having a human experience, all of us, at some time or another, have experienced what I like to call inklings, hunches, inspiration, right? Really listening to the still small voice that whispers in your ear, and it does that in the silence. Or you're taking a shower and then you had this brilliant idea, and then the moment that you thought about it, your negative self-talk told you, you're crazy. That's not going to work. So I really want you right now to take out a piece of paper and a pen. You know, this podcast, I really want to provide tremendous value. And at the same time, I want all my listeners to take action. Action right away. So you could listen to something and you could get motivated and you could get inspired. But the doing is what's going to make the difference. So again, paper and pen. Write down right now something that you said that you were going to do. And it could have already happened this year, 2018. Maybe, last year's dreams and visions, whatever it is. I just want you to pick down, let's put down 3. Okay? Out of the 3, we're going to find one that truly, truly resonates. Having it down on paper, looking at it, is the first step. Because thinking creates action, right? So when we write things down, we start to think in images, right? The brain starts to think in images, and it starts to stimulate emotions, and those emotions are going to help us to take action. So by writing down what you have been putting on the back burner because of the fear of looking good. I think that fear of looking good is the number one cause, besides fear of success and fear of failure. I know that a lot of us have experienced success. We have experienced a lot of failures. Things didn't work out. But the fear of looking good is huge, because that means that we're not really honoring what comes to us, right? So someone is talking, you're in this engaging conversation. Maybe you're not that knowledgeable about the topic, but then all of a sudden you get this impulse to say something. And then you don't say it. And then you know what happens? Someone else in the group picks up your impulse, because all the impulses are the impulse of the universe. So if there's a group of people talking, right, that collective consciousness, spirit is being activated. And if one person is not going to speak up, then that is going to move to the other person that has now built up the courage, and it's going to share exactly what you were thinking about. Because if it comes up in the individual, it means that it needs to be shared, because that's a collective consciousness that's being created by the people that are speaking about the subject. So just think about that, right? Fear of looking good. So what is the worst thing that could happen? So you take action on your plan. It doesn't work out. You get some negative people, haters, we like to call them, right? Haters. Now, they're going to show up. It doesn't matter. But this is what I want you to always remember. I would rather play in the arena of life, so everybody gets to see me succeed or fail. But you're not going to fail, because playing in the arena of life versus playing in the stand as a bystander, you're getting to experience all the emotions that comes from living your true potential, from really taking a risk, stepping into the unknown, and then declaring and owning it. This is going to happen no matter what. And then the ones that are going to support you are going to be by your side. And the haters are going to hate. So somebody doesn't give you a positive comment, they try to discourage you, then you just stop associating with them. If it happens in social media, block them, delete them. It doesn't really matter, because haters want to go with other haters. The haters are trying to pull you down, just like a big bucket of frogs. When a frog is finally climbing up to the top, and then all the frogs jump high and then pull the frog back down, right? Misery loves company. So if you're starting to elevate your life, and I know you are, because 2018 is the year to really take off like a rocket ship and make things happen, then I suggest that you start eliminating the people that are not supporting your dream. Again, we go back to the theme of this episode. What is getting in your way? So we know, number one, is fear of looking good. What do you think is the second thing? I think it's also having the confidence that what you want to create, what you want to manifest, you don't know what to do. Now, that might be true, but I could share from my experience. And also, you could take into account everyone that has created massive success. They didn't know what they were doing. They just followed the dream. I'm going to share what inspired me over the weekend. So I went to the movies and I saw The Greatest Showman with Hugh Jackman. Now that was an incredible movie, and I'm not a musical fan, right? But the soundtrack, the music, the dancing, the acting, the energy was, my God, so moving. The movie was so captivating, and it was fantastic from the beginning to end. So, let's think about this. In the 1800s, okay, P.T. Barnum had a vision that he wanted to create something spectacular that the world has never seen. And what was he dealing with? He was dealing with his old self-image, being beyond poor, a son of a tailor that nobody respected his father, let alone himself. But guess what? He had a vision. He had a vision, and he took action. And he was able to see what was missing in the town that he was living. Okay? Now, we know that he was the one that created the circus, right? He founded Barnum and Bailey Circus, right? And at that time in the 1800s, I mean, you could just try to imagine, right? How rude and how ignorant people were. I mean, we have that now, right? But think about in the 1800s. I mean, that is crazy. But he was able to see, right? People that were being rejected. People that they appeared to look like rejects and freaks. And he was able to bring them and show them how to express their uniqueness and at the same time earn respect by having people fall in love with something that it was going to be spectacular. And at the same time, we're talking about people expressing their talents and their gifts to the world. So did P.T. Barnum know what he was doing? No. But guess what? He figured it out. He had a vision. And that vision must be compelling enough to pull you. I mean, I want you to think about a vision that you cannot sleep at night. You wake up in the morning excited to move forward with your goal. Whether it's writing a book, starting a podcast, starting a new business, whatever it is, I want you to think about the vision that you have for yourself, right? And then when you think about that vision, you don't need to find out how it's going to get manifest. That's the job of the universe. The only job you need to do is say, yes, let's get this. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen, my friends? Yeah. That's it, my friends. You need to just go out and trust that what was given to you was given to you from your divine inheritance. Your divine inheritance, because we all have a spark of divinity inside of us. So it is up to us to do the work, right? What does the work mean? It means for you to now start looking within instead of without. Because if you want a radical transformation, the transformation has to come from the inside out, not the outside in. So your desires was burning in your heart. What was given to you by God, by Spirit. It's your mandate to bring it to the world. Okay? So, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. We're going to start to honor the vision. Okay? So, I'm going to share a tool. And this tool is really going to help you take massive action. So I read this book last year. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. You could look her up. I'll place a link. You could check her out on YouTube. The book is phenomenal. She wrote the book because she couldn't wake up in the morning. She kept on hitting the snooze button. Okay. Not to get into it so much, but here's what you're going to do. The 5-second rule starts like this. If there's something that you need to do, so let's just take, for example, waking up in the morning, because waking up in the morning is very hard for people, especially if you go to sleep late at night and you got to get up at 6 o'clock, right? I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so the alarm goes off. Instead of hitting the snooze, here's the 5-second rule. You're going to count down from 5 to 1, like this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. When you say go, you get up and you move your body, okay? I'm going to give you the science behind the 5-second rule. When you start counting down from 5 to 1, that interrupts the negative self-talk that you have in your brain, okay? Then it re-engages the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that is the executive that makes you take action. So in those 5 seconds, you could change your life. It's that easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then when you go and you move your body, the physiology of your body changes instantly. So you get up, you start brushing your teeth. Here's what's going to happen. The first 2 minutes, you're going to think about, oh my God, I should go back to bed. And then all of a sudden, boom, the brain is going to be active and alive. And they have done studies, and Mel Robbins talks about this because she used to be a lawyer, so she's done all the research. This book is phenomenal, and it will change your life. The studies show that from 6 to 9 a.m., the brain is at its maximum potential. CEOs get the most accomplished during the morning before they go to the office. Because if you could get up in the morning and you, without hitting the snooze button, you get up, the brain is ready to attack. And the creativity, the mental focus, and I'm not even talking about you meditating. I'm just talking about just implementing the rule. So that's one way of implementing the rule. The other way you implement it is, here we go. I just bought an online course and I purchased this course. Let's say you purchased this 6 months ago, right? Because you were all excited. You haven't even looked at it. Okay. You're going to open up your computer. You're going to look at the program that you already purchased, right? And you're going to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then you're going to take action. Same thing. You've been talking about working out. Keep thinking about it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Get your clothes, get out of the house, go work out. You're single, you haven't gone out with anyone, you see somebody attractive, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. In 5 seconds, you could change your life. And if you think about it, it takes 5 seconds. Because in those 5 seconds, here's the negative self-talk that we say to ourselves. Unfortunately, this is true. I'm not good enough. They don't like me. What am I going to say? Look at the way I look. I need to lose weight. Whatever it is. The 5-second rule is going to help you interrupt that negative self-talk. And it's going to help you take action. So my friends, what is getting in your way? I want you to really comment on this episode. Really tell me exactly what is getting in the way. Because I am determined to help you the best way I can. Because I want everyone to make 2018 a memorable and powerful year. You know, last year was very challenging. The world went through a big upset. You know, right now, what is there? There's negativity, there's hate, there is racism, there's evil, there's greed. I mean, you turn on the news, and the news is just negative information. Negative information. I just want to share what I have done for a while. I think maybe at least for 5 years. I don't watch the news. Because, you know, if I see something, let alone if I even hear it, it goes into my subconscious mind. And check it out. It goes in everybody's subconscious mind. On an unconscious level, you cannot stop that from happening. But you could guard your mind like it's a fertile ground. That means that you got to be willing to take out the weeds and cultivate that garden. So beautiful flowers grow. Okay? You want to have that garden with all positive thoughts. How you nurture that garden? By reinforcing what you want to manifest in your life. By honoring your vision. By honoring what lives in your heart. By utilizing the 5-second rules to really help you change your life. My friends, what's getting in the way? Here's the last one, and this is a big one. You've accomplished success. You've taken action. You have surpassed even your expectations. And guess what's going to happen? It's not enough. It's not enough. And you want to know why it's not enough? Because your self-image of yourself is, I am not enough. I'm not enough. And that happens a lot. That plagues us. I'm not enough. So, how do we correct that self-image when we look at ourselves in the mirror, right? When you could look at yourself and say, hey, you know something? I'm more than enough. I'm beautiful. I'm strong. I'm powerful. God loves me. I love myself. I mean, truly, look at yourself in the mirror. How you are right now. Right? If your body is not where it wants to be, it doesn't matter. Can you honor your body and say, I love myself? I love my body? Because the body is not there because we didn't take responsibility for nurturing it and giving it what it needs, right? The proper food, the exercise, right? The healthy messages about you and your self-image. Self-image is very huge because if you are taking action and then you start accomplishing your goals and then you start making money and you start getting some fame and you start getting a huge reputation and people start following you, right? And then your ego gets in the way. And then that little voice says, it's not enough. I'm not satisfied. I want more. I want more. So before that happens, I want you to check yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and honestly say, am I happy with what I see? And what you see is not your physical body. What you see is a manifestation of God. Remember, God made us in His image and His likeness. So if you're a spiritual being having a human experience versus a human being having a temporary spiritual experience, then it's very easy to fall into the flesh and fall into the ego and fall into the false life that we are not enough. But a spiritual being, right? What lives inside of us is deeper than the physical. And the inside is going to magnify the outside. So an exercise I want you to practice is the mirror technique. So stand in front of a full-length mirror. It's better for you to see your whole body. Now, if you have the courage, I want you to strip down. Okay? You don't have to be completely naked. Maybe you could be in your underwear, whatever. But I want you to look at yourself. And then I want you to just admire a part of you that you could say, hey, I like this. Maybe if it's not the body right now, you could say, I like my smile. You could say, wow, my hair is really beautiful. Wow, look at my eyes. I never realized how bright and beautiful my eyes are. Just really look at yourself and start to love yourself. And as you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're also reciting these powerful affirmations. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. And if you want to take it a step further, you could take those markers, those water markers that you could erase easily with a paper towel, and you could write it on the cabinet on your bathroom mirror. I am enough. looking at that positive affirmation, especially if you do it in the morning time, because in the morning and night is the best time to influence the subconscious mind. Start to really impregnate that belief. Really let it sink in to your soul, to your heart, to your spirit. And believe it in your bones that you are enough. Because, my friend, you are more than enough. Woo-hoo! More than enough. You deserve an applause because you're awesome. So, my friends, we're coming to the end of the show. I just want to do a recap on what we shared. Again, I asked you what was getting in the way, right? We talked about the fear of looking good, right? We also talked about the negative influences and the negative voices that we hear in our head, the negative talk, right? And also doubting our divinity, doubting that we have the ability to manifest what we want, because remember, it was given to us from Spirit, from God. And lastly, self-image. I think self-image is really huge because you could change your body and you could change your mind and you could change your life. But if your self-image does not change, eventually you're not going to be able to hold it, because your consciousness must change as you're elevating yourself to another level. So the consciousness, it's really huge, because if you completely and truly believe that you're prosperous, then prosperity is going to shower in your life. But if you feel that you're not enough, then you're not going to be able to hold the money. In other words, you'll find a way of giving it away or pushing it away. But we don't want that to happen. Just implementing what I shared today. Remember, writing down on a piece of paper, right? The things that you didn't do last year or even the beginning of this year. Just putting it down. Fear of looking good. Start taking action. Implement the 5-second rule. Mel Robbins. You could check her out on YouTube. She's a powerful speaker. You'll really enjoy the book. You could just download it, ebook. That's what I did. And most of all, really truly believe that God made you for a reason and for a higher purpose that maybe you don't know right now what it is. And if you find yourself in a place of discovery and you feel that you need some guidance and some support, please feel free to reach out to me. You could email me at Lewis@Awaken to the brand new you. We'll schedule a time to just have a really powerful conversation that lives in possibility. So you could truly just start to move forward towards your dream and make that dream a reality. So my friends, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this episode, I would appreciate if you would like it. And again, comment what you think about it. I'll answer your comments. Subscribe to the channel. I'm committed that I'm going to be just posting amazing content as Spirit gives it to me. I'm going to share it the best way that I can. My intention for everyone that's listening is to truly live to their highest potential and know that nobody is better than you. Nobody is better looking than you. You are unique. You are powerful. You're beautiful. God loves you. I love you. And the world needs you. Take care, my friends. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon. Namaste.